This is Digital Marketing Fastlane. This podcast will show you how to build, launch, grow, and scale a widely successful online business. Listen to real conversations with proven practical strategies and success stories. You're going to learn how to generate more traffic, more sales, more profit, and customer lifetime value for your online store. Coming to you from the online marketing experts at Voy Media, here's your host, Kevin Urrutia.
Hey everyone, it's Kevin and Eric here from Digital Marketing Fastlane, digital marketing experts from voymedia.com. Hey Eric, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is actually our second podcast recording today, by the way.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if readers or listeners know, but we usually record a few at a time, just to get the episodes out because you never know what happens.
Yeah.
But today we have another episode that we want to talk about. This is going to be a headline that is going to make you so much money that you're not even going to believe.
Style. Yeah. So this is an ad style that we've been doing. It's so simple that you're going to kick yourself, but it's a very simple, easy to repeat ad style that has gotten us sustainable return on ad spend improvements. Basically, since we launched it, almost every account we launch it on so far has seen ROAS increases from it. And it works in any part of the funnel. You can try it. If it doesn't work in the top of the funnel, it will probably work in retargeting. So this is something that we'll definitely try it. I'll just go ahead. This is heavily influenced by a book called Cashvertising by, I think, Drew Eric Whitman is the name of the author.
Yep. One of the best books on advertising.
Honestly, based on these last 30, 45 days results, just from implementing the steps from this book, it's my new go-to Bible. I have it on my desk 24/7.
It's a good book.
Whenever I write an ad, I look at it.
It's a good book, but people sometimes get turned down by it because of the name, Cashvertising. But it
sounds like
sounds scammy, but
sounds like a cheesy cliche thing. But it's a classic. It's really good. Yeah. It has all the winning points of my communication degree, like all the key takeaways of a marketing communication degree in the first 50 pages. So
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, you get a little value there. But yeah, they have a killer ad checklist at the end of the book. So even it's such a good book anyway. But the main takeaway that we're using for it in the context of Facebook ads is it has a few principles in it. And I'll just explain to them the specific ad style that I'm using and how these principles come into effect. The specific ad that is just absolutely on fire. And we're scaling them to a few $1,000s a day ad spend, consistently getting about 2 to 2.8 return on ad spend, depending on the day. So this is before that, it was hard to even break 1.3 return on ad spend. And it's just been electric. This has completely turned around this brand. So I'm pulling it up now. But basically, if you want to copy a screenshot of what this ad is, send me an email at eric@voymedia.com, but I'll just describe it to you. So basically this ad, it's an image. It is a square image. And it's so simple. You need... Cashvertising refers to this loosely as the Ogilvy style ad. That's when the first top 2/3 of the ad has a picture of the product. And then the bottom part of the ad has a headline in the actual image itself. The text is in the image itself. And the headline consists of just the biggest benefit of the product. So we did a few dynamic creative versions of this. Every single variation was absolutely electric. There is no bad alternative in every. And then we made an iteration of this campaign, a similar style, but the same, ad psychology. Just maybe it's pink background instead of blue, and some different headline options. And it's also doing well, just as well. We're scaling to a few $1,000s a day ad spend, getting more than 2 return on ad spend.
That's great. That's so crazy. From just 1.3 to over 2 now. It's
nothing crazy, but the improvement and the ability to the improvement from 1.3 to 2 makes a huge difference in their margins. The break even is about 1.4. So it's just a huge difference in their margins. And then we've been able to scale this extremely sustainably and consistently from just a few, maybe $100 or $200 a day to now a few $1,000s a day.
That's
and
crazy.
This is completely revolutionizing this brand. This brand is started from, honestly, the brand owner himself. He's one of the smartest guys you work with. And it's just a real pleasure because, we've been trying really hard and a lot of different creative styles, and this is a winner. So I'm sure a lot of you guys also, it's just a great story. Obviously it's real. And then, you just want it's all the benefits of a good ad anyway, beyond just the actual metrics. But basically, so just to put this in perspective. So like I said, the top of the main, maybe the top 2/3, top 75% of the image is just, you show the product very clearly what the product is. And then the image headline in the text in the image is just the biggest benefits of that. And even more, we have this thing, Cashvertising talks about how, some studies across all these ad agencies find the types of images that stop people from browsing or scrolling the most are when people are looking at the camera. So faces, just because people are naturally inclined to stop when someone is looking at their face, there's an awkwardness to it or whatever, for whatever instinct that is. Studies are showing that that's what people are stopping scrolling on the most. So this image is kind of a perfect storm for that. We have someone kind of half of a face on the right side of the screen looking into the camera. It's like this beautiful woman who has a graphic under her eye because the product is eye cream. It's just showing the smooth skin under the eye. And there's to the left of her, kind of not completely centered, but to the left of her is a tube of the actual product. It's the eye cream. And then under it, we have this image style, and then the text under it, we have 3 dynamic creative variations. So one is just, first of all, in quotes. You want minimum number of words in these headlines. And if you could put them in quotes, whenever you put something in quotes, studies, Cashvertising and these ad agency studies say that when you put something in quotes, the readability of them goes up because for some reason they look a little more credible. For even if it's a quote and you don't even attribute who said it, you just literally just add quotes to a statement, and the readability of it improves drastically. So that's a little tactic. So one of them is the benefits of the product in quotes is eye bags just disappeared, ! And the word disappeared is all caps, but the rest of the sentence is just, regular punctuation. So you could see, and another variation that's also doing successfully is reduces wrinkles fast. Like fast is all caps, FAST, all caps. There's not even an exclamation point or anything, and no quotes in that one. It just reduces wrinkles fast. And, just power words, not really big fancy words, just very readable, low reading level words, because people are just not even really reading it. They're just subconsciously glancing at it. And that's very important in ad copy. People don't read that much. So if the easier word it is for them, if they can just read it subconsciously almost, that's great. You don't want fancy words. The less syllables, the better. The less letters, the better. Other than disappeared, I'm using very small words. I even changed it to vanished because I guess it's less syllables, easier to read in the other iteration, and that's doing even better.
Yep.
So this is a simple ad copy style. It's been doing phenomenally. Another one is if you're a little specific about the benefit. So this is the third iteration. The third version in this dynamic creative is the same image, but the text in the image instead says reduces bags in 1 minute. Because, this is an awesome product. It does reduce eye bags in 1 minute, and it's a very real thing, but it's a very specific thing. So that's such a huge benefit where if I have these eye bags and, I see my skin aging or wrinkling, it says reduces it in 1 minute. That's going to pique a lot of interest, and they can learn more about it after they click the product page. And I mean, even then in the dynamic creative, I have, some scarcity appeals, like buy 2, get 1 free, and free in all caps, or today only in all caps, depending on the scarcity appeals do really well. That's something scarcity appeals in general are awesome, but putting these power words in all caps whether it's in the image text or just to give them more emphasis, is a smart move too. So yeah, basically we applied this to a skin cream brand. We applied this to a tech startup that is more of a SaaS or software in the employment niche. It's doing really well. We're also applying this to a kids subscription box that's showing vast improvements.
Yep, that one's doing really good. I know that test that we're running. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then for these power words, they're in the book, right, Eric? Or sort of?
Yeah. So they have a whole list of power words in the book. They have like a list of like 15 or 20 different power words. So that's awesome. And they have a checklist of all the other things. So literally, if you're just an advertiser and you have this book, you go down this checklist. It's awesome. So I actually made a version of it, a checklist. This was made mostly for print ads, just because it's just such an OG book in advertising. But what's good is it's like a time-tested advertising principle used in these books. So I rewrote that checklist at the end of the book, but in the context of how it would look in a Facebook ad. So if you want a copy of that, if you want that checklist, send me an email at Eric, ERIC, at voymedia.com, and I can send you this checklist, and I can send you some ad examples of how it works. I'll blur out the client's name, just unless I have their permission otherwise. But yeah, basically, you can see a copy of this in action. I could show you screenshots of the results, but again, blurring out any customer name or something unless I don't have their permission otherwise. That's something we wanted to talk about today, is this one ad style you can take to the bank. Obviously, test all the different ad styles you think. You always want to test stuff. But this is one we're seeing work consistently well. There's this one big supplement brand that we're spending, mid 6 figures a month, often high 6 figures a month on a good month. And it's just increasing. Their entire company, as we're looking at their ads, we're seeing which ads do well. They all have this similar structure. It's a picture of the pill bottle, and you have the biggest headline, the biggest benefit in the headline, in the image itself, and a very colorful background. That's something I didn't mention. The background is very colorful in the ads that this works on, like an orange or a blue or a green background. So I actually make some of them in Canva. I have the background remover tool in Canva. If you don't have Photoshop, go in Canva, use the background remover tool. Just remove the background from whatever your central product is. Maybe put someone's face in there. You can remove a background on some stock photo of someone's face, have them looking at the camera. If that's applicable for pets, you have the pet looking at the camera. It's lethal because everyone will stop. They see a corgi looking into the camera at them, expanded to the size of their phone screen. We have a theory that we're testing. We think it's going to work at Voy Media. The more a pet's face is in a product, for the pet niche specifically, the higher the click-through rate. And we have some results pending for that test. Maybe the next podcast we'll have some updates. But yeah, these principles in Cashvertising, they apply really well to Facebook ads. And this is like a pure Cashvertising or Ogilvy-style advertisement apply to Facebook ads, and you really have to do it. It's a time-tested principle. It's been working for like 100 years in advertising. You definitely got to try it out.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. And like I said, just try it out this week on your ads and let us know how it is. Eric, that's some great tips. And the book is Cashvertising. You can probably find it on Amazon or any other bookstore. But that's sort of the tip that we have for today. Hope you guys like it, and just let us know when you guys try it out. All right, Eric, anything else?
That's it. That's everything.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. And like I said, please subscribe to us on iTunes and leave us a review if you like the podcast. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
This week's episode of Digital Marketing Fastlane was brought to you by the performance marketing experts at Voy Media. Join us again next time as we'll be bringing you more tips, techniques, and know-how to make your online business the very best that it can be. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, we'd love to hear them on Twitter at Voy Media. Thank you.